stream and upload to YouTube, so you get more different kind of games. So I hope I can get it uploaded without it getting strike on YouTube. I hope. I'm a Australian. I'm not
on the
American.
road and hungry for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Indiana Pacers are ready to go. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
No,
it's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony.
I guess we will be Kyrie Badges 30. Oh, dang.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Cavs were one of the top teams in the East last year, and it was in large part to how strong they were at home.
What did they shoot?
Are you kidding me?
From beyond the arc at home, Kevin. I mean, top 3 in the league in terms of three-point shooting.
How could I do something? I was like last.
It does. That is a factor. Turner with a screen for Stuckey. Move the ball. Stick it to the 5 on the clock, and stolen by Kyrie Irving. Plays it in off the breakaway.
What the fuck are you doing, guys? Come on. What the fuck, man?
And a moment here to take a
fuck
look
are
at
you
some of
doing?
the hustle stats for Cleveland.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
And I really think you've got to love the way they protected the rim today. I mean, a good number of blocks in the first half.
And Shumpert kicks to Dellavedova. It's a pick by Love. Irving from long range. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Dellavedova. 8 points for Kyrie Irving. Pacers trail by 8. On the wing, Stuckey. Irving with the steal. And pushing it up is Cleveland again in transition. So the whistle blows on the shot.
Yeah.
2 free throws for
This
the contact
match
right there.
will we lose big
And
time.
one bright note for the Pacers last season was the play of their bench. Adding Rodney Stuckey was a huge boost for them.
And Stuckey led the charge for the Pacers bench, Greg, as you were talking about, but all around the reserves
This
were
match.
fantastic on the Pacers.
Yeah, third in the league at almost 41 points per game off the bench. First in the NBA in bench rebounding, and top 10 in field goal percentage as a bench.
Hello.
Left side, Turner, just 5 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off from deep. And Stuckey gets it to go on the assist by Turner. Stuckey's got 5 now. For Indiana, they come into this one following a loss to Miami.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continue to come up empty on their possessions. By the end, they were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
Outside for Miles. And again, it's Indiana converting.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Irving drives in. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Turner.
What the fuck?
Unloads from 13. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
This match, this will go right to...
And both free throws good for Dellavedova.
Just solid. Really one of the very best
is.
there is at the free throw line.
The baskets. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game. I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Mozgov. Love comes in for Thompson. Shumpert is checked in for Smith. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Matthew Dellavedova. On the Turner is out there with Mahinmi. And it's Freak in at the point guard position. Pulls up, high post. That's short off the rim. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. Takes it from 10, and it's off the back rim. No good.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on it, they expect him to make it.
And guys, for everything we've said about Kyrie Irving over the years, now let's talk about maybe another area. And that is his willingness to give up the ball. LeBron came to town at the beginning of last season. Kyrie didn't even flinch at the prospect of being 1B to 1A. To me, that was a very selfless way of giving the mantle of that team over to LeBron.
I agree with you, and there was some question as to whether Kyrie would be able to do that at this point in his career, but ultimately that's what champions do. Kobe did it for Shaq. Robinson did it for Tim Duncan. And that's really what great players do.
And George, here we go. And that one's good. George has got 6.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
1:07 left to play in the first half.
Yeah, he's
James, the pass to Love. The rebound by Turner.
And getting back to Kyrie, many felt the addition of LeBron would cut down on Kyrie's playmaking opportunities. But Kyrie was near his career average in assists last season. That even further indicates how seamlessly the two superstars were able to gel.
They get a hand on it.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Paul George.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving. You know, talking about the effect LeBron had on Kyrie last year, they looked fantastic working together, but the stat sheet also bared that out. Kyrie hit over 40% of his threes for the first time in his career, and he posted the lowest turnover rate of his career, too.
Love against Turner. Here's Irving.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Fires from 14, and it's Freak missing. LeBron outside. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so we wrap up.
Well, Coach Vogel.
Wow. I need to step up. After this
and
match,
as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys.
If I can go and train.
Look now for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Frye comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for James. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Hill. Turner comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. And Freak subbed in for George Hill. Channing Frye out there with Mozgov. And it's Smith. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Irving in at the point guard. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Ellis against Irving. Irving with the steal. And Irving with a clear path to the hoop. It's rebounded by Ellis. Ellis has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Freak. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, the Cavs last season won a bunch of games, but they had to fight for a lot of them. They often would fall behind early or dig a big hole and have to fight their way out of it.
You mentioned, GA, the Cavs and their comebacks. They actually overcame double-digit deficits for 13 of their 53 wins last year.
Yeah, and Kevin, I remember their biggest one being a comeback after being down 17 points. I mean, but when you have the star power that the Cavs have, no comeback is out of the question. You're just never safe against this team.
And so it's Cleveland with it. Irving kicks to Mozgov. That's good. Mozgov's got 4 this quarter.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Freak dishes to Stuckey. .141 left in the third quarter, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You know, the Pacers ended up in 4th place in the Central Division last year, guys, and that's not quite what they were used to after taking the division the previous 2 years and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs.
No good on the free throw. Looking at last year at the Pacers, with Paul George out, the Pacers knew it would be tough to win the Central again, and they still played decently, though, going 8-8 in divisional games.
And the Pacers played admirably. I mean, the division just got a lot tougher. If the Pacers bounce back, you could easily see 4 of the Central Division members making the playoffs in the near future.
Here's Dellavedova. It's Mozgov, top of the key. Shot clock at 5. Here's Shumpert. Nice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. There's the screen. Stuckey drives inside. Turner passes to Mahimi. Outside for Miles. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
He could have forced a tough inside. Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The first free throw is good.
Kyrie Irving made his first playoff appearance last season with the Cavs, and individually got a big $90 million max extension as well. He's in a really good spot in his career at this point.
And speaking of Irving's star status, last season a signature shoe in his name. I see, in fact, that you and Clark are wearing it tonight. That's always a big deal.
Kevin, that's an elite club to be in. Only the true superstars get that kind of status. He certainly got the flash to go with the substance.
No more games.
And both free throws good from Iman Shumpert.
And Iman Shumpert, more athlete than player when he entered the league. 42-inch max vertical, shoulders carved like Michelangelo. But he had a long way to go in terms of his skill set. And you can see that evolution right before your eyes.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Stuckey against Irving. 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Right wing. Outside jumper. And the foul called on Freak. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line.
At the line, your Cavaliers.
That's good from Shumpert. And the Cavaliers making a change here.
At the line for 2.
Yeah.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
That's, wow, it's too...
Freak. Stuckey right side. Pulls up. And that's not going to go. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth.
Yeah. This will be my...
Cavaliers making a switch here. Prize check in, and some changes here for the Pacers.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Cavaliers.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today, you know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for James. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And so in the game for the Pacers, Freak in at point guard. C.J. Miles is out there with Hill. Then it's Turner. And it's Stuckey in at the 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Indiana didn't have a great record on the road last season. Only went, Clark, 15-26 on the year, and it cost them down the stretch.
It really did, Kevin. I mean, the Pacers had a bumpy year with all of the injuries, particularly with George being out for most of the year. His absence was most noted in those tough road games, I think.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. James Jones comes in for James. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. He used that pick to get in close.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
Outside Turner. Here's Freak. And misses it off the right side of the rim. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here.
Kevin, thank you.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
150 for every